In my 35 years as a coach, I'd have to say the most commonly asked question has been, Paul, how come I can't get myself to do the things that are good for me, the things that I want to do, that when I do them, I love the results. You know, like I know that I need to go to the gym because it worked before, so I buy a 12-month membership, start getting really great results, feel really positive, and 6 weeks later realise I forgot to go and I've lost all or any motivation or momentum. Now, of course, that question often comes in the reverse format. It sounds like this. Paul, how come I can't get myself to stop doing the things that are bad for me? The things I hate doing, that when I stop them, I love the results. You know, I stopped smoking for 6 years and then I just had a couple at a party one night and bang, I bought a packet the next day and I'm hooked and I'm worse than ever. Now, there are lots of examples of what we mean here. Things like, don't yell at the kids, don't yell at the kids. All that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to eat that piece of cake. I'm not going to eat that piece of cake. Whoops, and there it goes down my throat. Don't have a drink tonight. Don't have a drink tonight. You know, you need at least one alcohol-free night this week, or maybe you'll just have one. Understanding why we struggle with these concepts isn't difficult, but if you know how the brain works, which of course most people don't. So let's look at it this way. Anything that you can do without having to think about it can only be automatic because the brain bypasses the thinking system. You don't have to talk your way through to how to brush your teeth or how to get dressed or how to get food from your plate to your mouth or how to drive from A to B. And that's because the subconscious takes care of these sequenced actions because we've programmed them in by repetition. Repetition actually works. If you hear that money is the root of all evil enough times, you're going to grow up to feel guilty anytime you're in possession of a chunk of money. If you learn that relationships are difficult and emotionally exhausting, you'll struggle keeping yours on an even keel. If you drive home from work the same way each day, you'll drive home to the wrong place when you buy the new house. The other subconscious program building force is emotion. In fact, if there's enough emotion in an event, you don't need any repetition. Really, how many scary events with a dog does it take to turn a child into an adult who's just not a dog person? Witnessing a raging argument can make us terrified of confrontation. Failing publicly or in an embarrassing way can make us totally unable to set or go after goals and targets that we'd otherwise love to achieve. So the formula actually boils down to this. Enough repetition and you don't need any emotion. Enough emotion and you don't need any repetition. Any combination of the two is undoubtedly the most powerful subconscious building experience a person can have. And it's these subconscious blockages that confound us because intellectually we can't understand where they are or how we could get in there and stop them. They just defy logic. But logic is a poor indicator of behaviour. You see, if logic worked, there'd be no smokers, our alcoholics wouldn't exist, and we'd all be investing 10% of our income every week. Obviously, the existence of credit cards, fad diets, junk food and a bunch of other quick fixes for long-term problems proves that we're extremely compulsive. It's these compulsions that are the indicators of the subconscious blockages. What most people do with their compulsions is describe them as, well, it's just the way I am, with a subtle emphasis on the fact that it can't be changed. Almost unbelievably, the message is, I've tried to change and it didn't work, so I'm saying this is just how I am forever. But you can change for the better and permanently if you know how. Accessing your subconscious is easy when you understand it operates on a different language than words, which is what the conscious or the intellect or self-talk does. So there's no point telling yourself that of course you'd love to be wealthy when your inner beliefs revolve around money being the root of all evil. That just isn't going to work. It's ridiculous to think that willpower will overcome whatever emotion drives you to eat. You just can't force yourself to stop fighting with your partner because you think it's a good idea. Getting into your subconscious and manipulating the software that runs your brain is really the only way to bring about permanent personal change. It's no quick fix, but it's the closest thing there is to it.